Hey critters, what's up? Welcome back. My name is Wayward Dreams, and this is part 2 of my 3-part series of my tutorial. So here we are. I'm gonna talk a little bit about your layers for a second. I've got my black and white layer, and on top of that is multiply for pulling down some harsher shadows, glow dodge for pulling out the bright lights, and I've got this blue wash on overlay, and what that does is that ends up giving you your ambient lighting. And ambient lighting is pretty much just the color in the room. And then on top of my ambient lighting, because now that I know what color the room is technically, I've started to pop some base colors on, and they don't have to be specific. They're not going to be right the first time you lay them down. You're just looking to define like blocks of color from each other. So don't worry too much about those. A lot of people do this later, and depending on what I'm doing, depends on if I'm doing it now or not. Right now, what I'm doing is this dynamic lighting thing, and I find it really important to do with cyberpunk pieces, especially because you'll notice that a lot of them have this whole, like, dual light source thing going on, where you've got, like, a bright purple and a bright pink, or a bright blue and a bright red or something, and I'm doing this blue and red thing. And I think that that lends to the duality in cyberpunk pieces. There's often something happening on multiple levels, even if it's just a pretty piece. What you want to do is you want to make sure that there's kind of like a line down the center of your subject, whatever that subject is, and try and just like make yourself like a lighting gradient there. You don't have to do it with an actual gradient. I find it lazy and ineffective. It doesn't do quite the same thing. I'm going to talk now a little bit about how much I hate her face. Look at the face. It looks like Voldemort and Asajj Ventress had a kid. I go through this a lot, though. I really hate, like, half of the things I do. So I'm gonna try and fix that for a while here. I don't want to really mess with my black and white layer. I got it as good as I think I want. So I'm gonna go back through with multiply layers and, you know, probably some other lighting effect layers to try and fix this mess. And cyberware. Cyberware is good. We love that.
With every step, new light, new vision.
So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about things like bounce lighting. Bounce lighting is essentially like a reflective lighting. It's a softer sort of a light that pulls colors in from other objects in the room because of the light. So in this instance, you're going to see that a lot of the bounce lighting is coming from like the flare off of the gun, and also like the eyes of the little droids that I've got going on here, the little squiddy drones. God, I think they're so cute. So now we've already mentioned the ambient space lighting, and on top of that, there's again the reflective lighting. There's also rim lighting on this, and that's when you have kind of like a halo effect around the edge of your character, just the very edge, and that tends to make them look a little bit more three-dimensional and less cartoony, because in real life we don't have lines around us. And I know that sounds like duh, but sometimes we need a reminder, self-included, that people don't come with lines. We are defined by light and shadow and form, and that is it.
They don't know which light to turn on, which way to turn to.
So,
Does it make their way down the dark corridor?
infestations.
Understand.
I did this because at the time I was kind of battling one.
So far. And they have to keep on that journey.
My stepson had friends over that accidentally brought bedbugs into his room. And if you know anything about bedbugs, they are the worst to destroy. And I went into total, absolute pest terminator mode, and like it had been a weeks-long battle. I think that we have prevailed, but the alien invasion was intense. I'm not even playing. And I'm pretty sure that everybody out there has battled some sort of infestation in their life, and it doesn't necessarily have to be bugs or anything like that. It could be clutter. It could be problems that all descend upon you all at once. And I think it's pretty natural and healthy to turn it into some sort of art. So yeah, this is me blasting away bedbugs. They're just gigantic. But that's pretty much the look on my face and the feeling I had. And no, she doesn't have any, like, battle damage on her yet, but I wanted that sort of, like, Last Stand impending doom sort of look. I think I got that. I think I got that down. Okay, so now we're gonna go into another glow effect. Now, glow dodge, the one that I've been using before, that tends to, like, it'll dodge existing colors, but it doesn't really, like, add. So add glow is a little bit more opaque, but it still has a nice glow effect around the edges, and I like that for tech, and I like it for rim lighting. I really like it for, like, effects in the eyes, if you want to give them a certain interesting kind of shine. And really anything works really well with eyes once you get experimenting with it. Just play with all of the layers. Glow dodge, color dodge, add glow, multiply, overlay. These are my favorites. They're intense favorites because I like intense pieces like this. They tend to have a lot of they tend to have a lot of, like, stuff going on with contrast in color. What the heck did I do to her nose just there? Look at her nose. It's so freaking offset. Ah. I kicked my butt. But this is why I am slowing this down for you, so you can actively watch all of my failures unfold, so that you don't have to be timid about making failures in the future. Because I think this piece actually turned out pretty freaking good, but art is a series of failures because it's the universe asking you how much you actually want it. I'm trying something weird here. Yeah, I was trying something intense. Well, it didn't work so well. And also, just because we're here and I'm talking about tutorials, my young artists out there, and that doesn't necessarily mean, like, young, like, age-wise, that means art-wise. A lot of people tend to think that you need to have, like, a really expensive Wacom that you can see in order to do anything cool. Well, I'm going to tell you the benefits of not starting out with one of those. If you start out with something that you can afford that you can't maybe see, you know, you're just diving into digital art, so it doesn't really matter. You don't need something that you can see unless you need the workflow. What you really need is to discipline your hand to move independently of your eyeballs. So most of my beginning speed paints, if you didn't know, actually happened with a Wacom that I was not looking at. And you can do it too. I swear to goodness, you don't have to jump into $1,000 freaking purchase in order to make digital art. You just don't. Just make digital art. Well, it seems like that is what I've got today. If you liked this video, make sure you like and subscribe and share with people that need some help or want to laugh at my silly failures. Thank you to anybody that's actually participated in the little raffle I've got going on. It's still happening. Until I reach 100 subscribers, if you share a video of mine or the channel and you take a screenshot of it, send the screenshot to me and I'll put your name in for a raffle ticket. And you can win a piece of art from me. Also remember that I'm on DeviantArt, Twitter, and Instagram as Wayward Dreams. We'll see you next time.